Hey, baby. Oh, I have to like take everything apart to do it. I will at some point.
Oh God, what happened here?
What the hell are those?
Gas bags. Don't worry, they're harmless. Oh God, what happened here?
Maybe we should check on Jenkins.
I've got some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot. The bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Thanks for your help, Commander. I didn't think I was gonna make it. Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
You just left the rest of your unit behind to die?
We held our position as long as we could. The Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
Lieutenant Alenko and I will take care of this.
Let me come with you, sir. The Geth slaughtered my unit. Give me a chance to get even.
She knows the area, Commander, and we could use the extra firepower.
Welcome aboard, Williams.
Staff Lieutenant Kaidan Alenko. Glad to have you on the team.
What else do you know about the Geth?
Just what I remember from history class back in school. They're synthetics, non-organic life forms with limited AI programming, created by the Quarians a few centuries ago. They were supposed to be a source of cheap labor, but ended up turning on the Quarians and drove them into exile. Well, after that, they just kind of disappeared behind the Perseus Veil. Nobody's really heard much from them since.
Tell me everything you know about the beacon.
They were doing some digging out here to extend the monorail and expand the colony. A few weeks ago, they unearthed some Prothean ruins, and the beacon. Suddenly, every scientific expert in the colony was interested. That's when they brought us in to secure the site. I don't know much about the beacon itself, but I heard one of the researchers say this could be the biggest scientific discovery of the century.
What happened to the researchers at the dig site?
I don't know. They set up camp near the beacon. The 232 was with them. Maybe their unit fared better than mine.
Have you seen a Turian Spectre around here?
There aren't any Turians on Eden Prime. None that I've ever met. Not sure I'd be able to tell if one was a Spectre anyway.
If you saw this guy, you'd know. Carries enough firepower to wipe out a whole platoon. Luckily, he's on our side.
Sorry. Like I said, no Turians.
Move out.
The beacon's at the far end of this trench. This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
point, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up. Oh god, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them? That door is closed. Security engaged.
Humans. Thank the Maker.
Hurry! Close the door before they come back.
How did you end up in this shed?
We hid here during the attack. They must have come here for the beacon. Luckily, it wasn't here. It was moved to the spaceport earlier this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the Destroyers. Bringers of darkness. Heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him. The Prophet. Leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihilus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry. Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil. Awakened the beast. Unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. Night is falling. The darkness of eternity.
Hush, Manuel. Go lie down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in.
You're wasting your time. The age of humanity is over. Our extinction is inevitable.
Manuel, I need to ask you something.
It's probably best if you just leave him alone.
I don't have time for this.
Time? Our time is over.
Saren.
Nihlus.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
What is that? Off in the distance.
It's a ship. Look at the size of it.
Everybody stay calm out there. We're coming out, we're not armed.
Is it safe? Are they gone?
You're okay now. Nobody's gonna hurt you.
Those things were crawling all around the shed. They would have found us for sure. We owe you our lives.
I still can't believe it. When we saw that ship, I thought it was all over.
It showed up right before the attack. Knew it was trouble the second I saw it, so we made a break for the sheds.
Tell me everything you remember about the attack.
The three of us were working the crops when that ship showed up. We just saw it and ran. I don't know what happened to the rest of the crew.
They were by the garage, over near the spaceport, right where that ship came down. No way they survived.
You don't know that. We survived. If they made it to the garage, they could have had a fighting chance.
Do you know anything about the Prothean beacon they dug up?
We're just farmers. We heard they found something out there, but it never really mattered to us. Not until now.
What else can you tell me about the ship you saw?
I was too busy running to get a clear look at it. I think it landed over near the spaceport.
Tell them about the noise, Cole. That awful noise.
It was emitting some kind of signal as it descended. It sounded like the shriek of the damned. Only it was coming from inside your own head.
It was probably trying to block communications.
Whatever it was, felt like it was tearing right through my skull. Almost made it impossible to think.
I have to go.
Hey, Cole, we're just a bunch of farmers. These guys are soldiers. Maybe we should give them the stuff.
Jeez, Blake, you gotta learn when to shut up.
You have something to tell me, Cole?
Some guys at the spaceport were running a small smuggling ring, nothing major. In exchange for a cut of the profits, we let them store packages in our sheds.
What kind of packages?
I found a pistol. Figured it would come in handy if those things came back. But you'll probably get more use out of it than we will.
We're risking our lives to save this colony. You sure there's nothing else in here that could help us out?
Yeah, there's one more thing. I was gonna sell it after this was over, but you probably deserve it more than I do.
Who's your contact at the spaceport, Cole? What's his name?
He's not a bad guy. I don't want to get him in trouble. Besides, I'm not a snitch.
Okay, forget about it. I've got more important things to worry about.
Good luck.
Commander, it's Nihilus.
Something's moving over behind those crates.
Wait! Don't shoot! I'm one of you! I'm human!
Sneaking up on us like that nearly got you killed.
I'm sorry, I was hiding from those creatures. My name's Powell. I saw what happened to that Turian. The other one shot him.
What the hell are you talking about?
There were 2 Turians here. Your friend and another one he called Saren. I think they knew each other. Your friend seemed to relax. He let his guard down. And Saren killed him. Shot him right in the back. I'm just lucky he didn't see me behind the crates.
Where'd Saren go after he killed Nihilus?
He jumped on the cargo train and headed over to the other platform. Probably going after the beacon. I knew that beacon was trouble. Everything's gone to hell since we found it. First that damn mothership showed up, then the attack. They killed everyone. Everyone. If I hadn't been behind the crates, I'd be dead too.
How come you're the only one who survived? Why didn't anyone else try to hide behind the crates?
They never had a chance. I was already behind the crates when the attack started.
Wait a minute. You were hiding behind the crates before the attack?
Sometimes I need a nap to get through my shift. I sneak off behind the crates to grab 40 winks where the supervisor can't find me.
You survived because you're lazy?
If you hadn't snuck off for that nap, you'd probably be dead just like all the others.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really want to think about it.
We need to find that beacon before it's too late.
Take the cargo train. That's where the other Turian went. I can't stay here. I need to get away from all this.
Smells like smoke and death.
Set the charges. Destroy the entire colony. Leave no evidence that we were here.
I just texted you back. Huh? Nice, baby. Okay, so all I can do is chill. No matter me. What? Yeah, I can have one of my meals. I'm good. Okay. Okay.
Demolition charges. The Geth must have planted them.
Hurry! We need to find them all and shut them down.
Gotcha, baby. Okay. All right. Thanks, babe.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is
Request immediate
amazing.
evac.
Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up. Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
Shepard!
No, don't touch it! Too dangerous!
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy. A human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
I'm gonna throw this. No. It shows that you're Mass Effect. So I saw it on my phone, so I'm gonna. Ooh, bless me.
Dr. Chakwas, I think he's waking up.
Hey,
make sure you give it a like.
Okay,
I need all the help I can get.
Were you getting a coffee this morning at the Dunkin' Donuts?
There, Shepard.
Yeah, I went and got tested, and then I went and got coffee.
Cause that was me pulling out of Hudamaki.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw you in the. You were right
funny.
behind someone at the
Minor
window. Yeah, I was
throbbing.
like, I think that's Evan.
Nothing
but,
serious. How long was I out?
I gotta get this mail
About
delivered.
15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
Okay, yeah. Wait. Oh, that says 1 hour ago. Let's go to subscription.
Where's the beacon now? What happened to it?
The beacon exploded.
Okay.
A system overload, maybe.
So I can
The
like
blast
this.
knocked
Here.
you cold.
Wait,
The lieutenant and I carried you back here to the ship.
I like. Okay. Alright.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw.
I always have to edit
Death?
Shepard, even though they call him Shepard, and you can only change his first name and shit, because the original Shepard looks like a fucking meth
To
head.
my report. It may...
Yeah.
His eyes are like bugging and
Captain
shit.
Anderson.
I'm like, I always got to make him look
How's our
different.
XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it.
Love these games.
Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
But yeah,
Alright, so...
I had
yeah,
two
that
positive
sucks.
Rona tests at
Sounds
the
like a
house,
beacon is pretty
and
hard.
then I went
You sure you're okay?
and got checked out, and they're going to let me know tomorrow, but I'm out of work. I mean, I had a 3-day weekend anyways, and I would have came back Tuesday anyways, so whatever.
That sucks.
Chief Williams isn't part of the Normandy crew.
I figured we could use a soldier like that. She's been reassigned
Actually,
to the
we
north.
haven't had well, could be wrong because Justin is out.
I don't want her on my
I
ship.
didn't say why.
I'm
so
the captain
he
of this
might
ship,
have
Commander,
who
and
knows.
I want Williams on our crew.
Our mail has been extremely light.
I don't like soldiers dying under my command.
And it's
Jenkins
because
wasn't your
of
fault.
the mail from
You did a good job, Shepard.
from Buffalo.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
Amazon
I
too.
won't lie to you,
It's been
Things look bad.
I finished Rick's
Nihilus
route
is dead.
the other
The
day
beacon was
at
destroyed and
12:15.
Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
And today I finished it at
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain.
1:45.
Hopefully the Council can
And
see
then, so
I'll stand
today
behind
was
you and
Jeff's
your
day
approach.
off, but Justin
You're a damned hero,
called in.
Max. That's
So
not
Justin
why.
had yesterday off, called in
It's
today, and I think he's
Other
calling in
two.
for the next couple of
Saren's
days.
a Spectre,
which means he probably
a living
could
legend.
probably have Rona. I don't know.
If he's working with the
I mean,
Geth,
I'm guessing.
it means he's gone rogue.
That's not
A rogue
substantiated.
Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates
Oh,
humans.
do you have 2K23?
So I was at the PO, right? And I'm about to leave. So there's a vehicle across the street, you know, the parking lot with the church.
He didn't come to Eden Prime.
Guy,
He hates
so when I
humans.
pulled up, dude's pulled
You're
over
right.
by a trooper
Saren
in a
has
truck.
allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how. I don't know why.
So he's
Has
got
something
tinted
to do with that
windows.
beacon.
He's got covering over
You were
his
there
lights,
just before
whatever.
that beacon self-destructed.
Um,
Did you see anything?
But he's only
Any
got
clue
his
that might
window
tell us what
cracked
Saren was
talking
after?
to the officer.
Just before I
So I
lost
go inside,
consciousness.
finish up my stuff,
Had
and then
some
I'm
kind of
leaving.
vision.
So then our mail truck was there, so
A vision?
Miller was on the ramp.
A vision
in
of
his,
what?
ProMaster. So I'm talking with him. So then he comes over. I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" He was like, "Yo, there's 3 cops over there." I was like, "Oh, because there was only just one." So we're like talking, looking at what's going on. I was like, "That dude has not rolled down his
I
window.
saw
It's been
synthetics.
cracked." So now there's
Yeah, baby.
there's 3 troopers
Slaughtering
standing next to the vehicle
Butchering them.
with so there's
We need to
total 4
report this
troopers,
to the
but
council.
but one of them was in the vehicle. So 2 of them might have been.
What are
2
we
of them
going
were
to tell
definitely
him?
sharing
I
the
had a
vehicle.
bad dream?
We don't know what information
So
was stored in that.
Brewer's flatbed comes
Lost
up,
Prothean
pulls up in
technology,
front of the truck.
Blueprint for some ancient weapon of mass
All of a
destruction,
sudden,
whatever it was.
The trooper's like
Saren took
starts grabbing at the vehicle. Dude
I
puts
know
it in
Saren.
drive, takes off.
I know.
Ah, yes! Yes!
Humans are a
They
blight
jump
on
in the
the
vehicle. Yo,
This attack was an accident.
yo, I swear to
He has
God,
the
yo,
secrets
the
from the
Brewer's flatbed just pulled
He
up
has
in
an
front
army
of
of
him.
Geth at his
Dude
command.
was like,
He won't
yo,
stop until he's
and
wiped
one of the
humanity
most gangster
from the
moves.
face
Dude
of the
rolled down
earth.
the dude rolled down his window. All I see is hand out the window when he's going up the road. Flicks a cigarette.
I'll find
That's
some
all.
way to take him down.
Yo,
It's not that easy.
took off.
He's a
I
Spectre.
could, yo, I'm telling you.
He can go anywhere. Do almost anything.
Then Erica
That's
runs
why we
out of
need
the
the council
PO. Was
on
like,
our
"Did you
side."
see that?" I was like, "Yo, we were sitting here watching the whole thing."
We prove Saren's gone rogue, and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the ambassador and see.
I
if he
told you
can
about
get
the
an
time.
audience with the council.
I seen.
He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the city.
I don't know if we were
We should be
friends
getting
yet.
close. Head up to the bridge and tell
I don't
Joseph to
know if
bring
we
us
were,
into dock.
but I drove for FedEx like box trucks for a year and a half when I was younger. So weird. I mean, I know obviously you're about 10 years older than me, roughly, but like, it is weird to say that like I'll be 33 next year. So now I can actually look back a decade at adult experiences that I've had. But yeah, it was about like, I don't know, it was probably like 8 years ago. I drove for FedEx, and I used to drive the north side of Syracuse, and it was just a bitch because there's so much traffic, kids running in and out behind cars, businesses. It's just like, oh god. So that was my area. And you know where, obviously, where St. Joe's is, you know, you go back behind those streets that are all on the hills there, like McBride Street and all that area back there.
Yeah.
After what happened to Jenkins, the
So,
crew could
you
use
know
some
where there's that
They'll be glad to
Quickie
hear
Mart
you're
with all the Arab dudes right back there, and then there's like a giant brick low-income fucking housing building. It's all brick. I don't remember which street it's on. It's it's right off James Street. Yep. And there's like a parking lot next to it. I was sitting there, and the Arab dudes at the clean joint there, that was called Cleans, like Quickie Mart or whatever, they fucking love me. So they always hook me up with snacks and food and shit. And I would always take my lunch there. So I pulled up. I would always find the spot next to the fences beyond the Quickie Mart where I could perfectly pull my truck up and I could lock it and do all this other shit. And I would lock it, deliver to them, get something to eat, and that's when I would take my lunch. Because they're always getting like cell phones. Like every other day they were ordering shit. I'm sitting in my normal spot, and there's 3 dudes just chilling. And you can tell they're kind of like bleeding the block, like around, looking around, all this other stuff. All of a sudden, big Jag dude rolls up on a motorcycle, pulls up, gets out, starts talking to the dudes and all this other stuff. And then he started getting loud with them, and the 2 just like took off, and the 1 stayed put. And the big dude smacked the shit out of him in front of everyone like 3-4 times. Wow. Wicked hard. And then the dude's on the ground. He was like giving him like medium slaps. And he's like, give me my money, bitch. And all this other shit. And he's like, you've been ducking me and all this other stuff. And the dude's like, all right. Gives him his money and shit. But the dude parked his bike near me. So the dude walks by. And he just gives me a nod. Like, that's how it's done and all this shit. Gets on his bike, just takes off. Dude, it was so awesome. Dude, it was great. All of a sudden I heard, motherfucker, dude, he started smacking the shit out of this dude, this white dude. It was so fucking funny. Had someone, the first week I worked out there, we heard a gunshot, and the guy trained me, goes, drive! Like we're in a movie. Good times. Right by that library up there on, what's that little white library? It's not on Grant Street, is it? No. The little library's on, what is it, Butternut? Butternut. It's a little white library. Oh, yeah. I can't believe I can remember all that shit. As you go up, it's across from like a, one of those rent-to-own stores.
Yep.
Yeah. We were sitting there chilling or whatever, because we had most of our work done, and all of a sudden we heard like a pop. And people were like, oh, and then the guy trained me, he goes, drive! I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I want to see.
Yeah.
You're not assigned to this ship.
It's so great when
Captain Anderson had me transferred to his command. Must have figured I knew what I was doing.
But the dude at some point knew his rights.
You have a problem with
and
me,
didn't
Chief?
have the window down.
You questioned my competence through the entire mission.
He's going to be charged with evading.
Best way to stop that is to show me your competence.
Charged,
but I don't remember inviting you to come back to the ship with us.
You didn't, Captain
Force
Anderson
with a deadly
did.
weapon, because even if he nicks,
I think we got off on the wrong foot, Williams.
That's
Maybe we could start
like,
again.
That's
I'm not one
like
to hold a grudge.
Officer.
I think we're all looking at the crime behind us.
Things were pretty rough down there. Are you okay?
Dude, I'm making fun of Adam in the group chat because, dude, he's like losing sleep over the shit these NFL players, these Cowboys say, like in the media. And I just said it, I'm crying faces, like, no one's coming back from retirement. No one knows who's going to win the Super Bowl. Who cares? It's like acting like little fucking babies out here. Like, they still keep talking. And I sent him a little cry face.
I saw him on Christmas. So,
dead Marines,
like
colonists. And in the end,
obviously
we still
he's talking with Corey, but then he wanted to tell someone about fucking Dallas and his Giants, and I was like, you could tell he had an itch, and he just, once he started rolling, I was just like, I'm just gonna let him roll.
I needed to hear that.
Just let him just talk.
I think you're gonna fit in here just fine.
Man, he's so, because he's like, hey, you watched the game? Because obviously, you know, we played them. And I was like, I gotta be honest, man. I was at work. It was like, it felt like minus like what, 13, 15 degrees. I wasn't even worried about the game. And then when I realized the game was on,
how did you end up serving?
I'm taking a look at it, and it's like 3 minutes left. Then we hit a 61 yarder, and then he was like,
to secure.
Brother, to
I
be
figured
honest,
the
I
colonies
didn't really
were
watch the
teeming
game.
with exotic adventure.
But he's going
I wanted
on
to
about
travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers
the
with piercing
Giants
eyes and
dropping,
sensitive souls.
you know, not the receivers not
Turns
catching the
out military
football.
life
We
isn't
need a
quite as romantic as I'd
playmaker.
imagined.
Odell is not
But
it.
humanity needs the Alliance if we
Um,
want to keep expanding through the Traverse.
He was like, we just
And
need
the
a
Alliance
playmaker.
always
I
needs.
don't
You know what he needs is something that you quote from you. He needs to quit that narcotica.
Yeah. Yo,
That's what you should just tell him next time he's talking about. You need to quit that narcotica.
Yo, that is from. I got that from a
Ever think
dude
you
I
made the
listened
wrong
to.
choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a
Bomani
private
Jones,
practice
and
back
he's
on
like,
Earth. Or
he
maybe
said
taking a position at one of the
he
new med
was
centers out in the colonies. But there's
a
something special
diehard
about working
Atlanta
with
Falcons
soldiers.
fan.
If I left the Alliance now, I'd feel like I was abandoned.
And he said that what almost got him, like what got him to quit the Falcons was they go to the Super Bowl, right? And remember their safety there that got caught soliciting a prostitute the night before the Super Bowl? Not Jennings. He was, and check this out. He was Man of the Year. You know, the Walter Payton Award, Man of the Year. And then he gets caught for soliciting a prostitute. So he says that they just get cooked that game in the secondary. And he said, I'm done. He was like, you just have to quit that narcotic. You can't. Like, he's like, you got to quit that narcotic. So then he said, then
What do you
turns
know about
around down
Captain
the road.
Anderson?
So
I've
then
served with him for a few tours now.
he's already
He
quit.
knows when to let things slide and when to crack
He already
the whip.
quit.
The crew knows he's seen pretty much anything they'll
the
ever run
Falcons,
into.
but then people down the
But
road,
he
with
cares
obviously
about the
Michael
people
Vick with the
under his
dogs,
command.
and then people
How well
like,
do you know
oh,
the
you know,
lieutenant?
and he was like,
I'd never worked with him
I told
before
you,
this mission.
should have quit that narcotic.
But he has an impressive service
Like,
record.
they're only gonna
Over
tag
a
you on
dozen
there.
special commendations. Tends to keep to himself, though.
That's
Maybe it's
so
because of
funny.
the headaches. It's not easy
Like-
being an L2.
What does that have to
Like-
do with it?
I
Well,
hate
most
to- I-
biotics now use
I don't hate
the
to say this,
L3 implants.
but he sounds like a Dallas
Lieutenant
fan.
Alenko was one
He
of
just
the
likes the
L2
Giants. He just
confirmed.
like you know how like there's so, like even Dennis in the chat, he was like, yo, we need a
Severe
quarterback.
mental
From
disabilities,
that?
insanity,
What are you
crippling-
talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
dude, that shit's
that's
fucking
weird.
funny. It's like, bro, you could have. Their half the team has guys that suck. It's like you can be one of the other 15 teams that ain't got a competent guy. So I have to talk Dennis off the ledge all the time with Dak, and it's like they talk that shit, but like when he plays this ability, dude's one of the most accurate, efficient players. He's a gamer and he's a playmaker. Like the dude makes plays. Like you could have a way worse quarterback.
So my older brother is a Dallas fan. Yo, back in the days, he was calling for Tony Romo's head, and I was like,
Romo was dirty though.
I know. I was like, what? I was like, this is Dallas fans. And then it just so happened that when they put everything together on that team, and that team was primed and ready to go, offensive line, young running back, Romo goes down and then retires. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And they didn't even need like 100% efficiency type Romo. They just needed steady Romo, which like one of the more dangerous quarterbacks was Romo, just kind of scooting out to the side and
throwing on the run.
Yeah. I mean, they just needed efficient Romo.
Romo. He played injured his whole career or was injured when he wasn't, or playing injured when he wasn't injured.
Because of that team surrounding him. Remember, he was known for that rolling out and doing and on the move, because that's the only thing they could do to throw the football downfield was to move the pocket, because his offensive line and that team was not good. It was just so crazy how they got the pieces together, and then Romo ends up hurt, and it was just like, okay.
Well, look at Andrew Luck.
Right.
The fucking Colts did the same thing. They went all about making a team, all willy-nilly, shitty, drafting the wrong pieces and stuff. Then they finally start building an offensive line, and he's like, dude, I can't do this anymore. It's like, you know.
No, but it's the same. Remember, it's the same thing with like Dan Marino. Dan Marino carried that team for a year. I mean, basically all those years. Once at the end,
hey, Commander, looking for some
Dan
extra
Marino
supplies
just
before you
wasn't
head
the
up?
court. He couldn't.
What have you got?
When he became
Whatever you
older,
want. Armor,
Dan Marino
weapons,
could still swing the
odds.
football,
It's
but
not
he just didn't
standard
have the
Alliance
ability
issue,
to carry the
that's
team
not
anymore.
necessarily a bad
And then everything really started to fall
Well,
apart
as
because it
long
was
as
just
you
like,
don't mind.
oh, what's going on?
Why
What's
should I
going
pay
on
you
is
for my
that
weapons
this
and
dude's
armor?
been doing it by himself
My stuff doesn't come
forever.
from the Alliance.
You've never
I have
provided
to
the
purchase it
pieces,
myself.
and then
It's
when,
not cheap.
like, all of a sudden
Hell, the
he's on
licenses
the
alone
back end of
set
his
me back more
career,
than
and then
I'd
you're
like.
like, oh well,
But
is
no licenses,
Marino
no
cooked?
goods.
No, you just
Without the
never put a good
goods,
team.
I'm out of a job.
Let's see what you've got.
You bet, Commander.
Now he really can't carry the team. Yeah.
Earlier, I was asking you,
Yeah.
do you have 2K23? Any version of it?
No.
Fuck, okay. I want to get some guys together, play some 2K. I wonder how much it is.
I'm gonna be getting in the mix to getting a PS5, but I'm trying to get a digital version. I don't want the disc version because I don't have any more discs. So
I wonder what the sale is on them right now.
Well, they're $3.99.
No, on 2K.
Oh, it's like $23 or something like that.
Oh, word.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if I have the PS4 version. Like, I'd like all the guys in the chat. They have it and play it sometimes. I'd like to get everyone together and start playing it together. I think that'd be fun. Because we started playing Madden together and everyone was playing their games, but like my friend who's a lot younger than us, it's someone I know's grandson, he got busy with
Austin,
basketball.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Austin. He got busy with basketball and he wasn't keeping up on his games, and then on top of that, like our league manager wasn't doing a good job moving it forward. I had to say in the chat like 1,000 times, move it after a couple days if no one plays. Like, if they don't play their games, that's on them. And everyone's in the group chat to talk. But I'm thinking about trying to see if anyone wants to play 2K, and I'll fucking run that shit. That would be fucking fun if we get a lot of people to play.
Well, the only problem is what happened the last time. There's just so many games, and it's so hard to...
And that's my thing is, like, with that many games, I'll probably just advance it fairly regularly, and if, some of our games will be simmed. Not that big of a deal.
Yeah, even if, like, you have to go head to head, but it's like you can't hold up for like one person or a couple games. It's just like because then that league just ends up falling flat, and then people were like, well, I'm interested in playing, but I can't play because you haven't advanced the league. So it's like, what's the hold up? And then people like lose interest.
But it's like, I knew I should have set up a Madden league. I should have ran the damn thing.
Yeah,
because I would have just advanced it. It's like, oh, no one's played the game. It's been a day and a half, 2 days. Advance it.
Yo, but you know what was so great? It was when we had Stab, Chad, we had Ethan. Like, we were actually
All-Star
playing our games. Yo, no.
Oh, you mean we played
but the
that.
Madden,
Okay.
also Madden 2.
We were.
Yeah,
it's just the thing that stunk about that was they were just so bad.
Yes, but I thought it was fun.
It was fun, but like I felt bad. Like we get halfway in the season and Chad's thrown 25 interceptions. It's like, what the fuck?
But you kind of have. But here's the thing. I was having deficiencies throwing the ball because I was so used to Xbox that I was still getting crossed up between the buttons. So I was out there throwing picks, but see, here's the thing with my experience. I was leading the league in rushing because I just was like, I'm just gonna run it with Cooks and
Dude,
and Madsen.
I ain't gonna lie. This new Madden, it's not as bad as like the last 5. It's actually the best Madden in a little while. The only thing I don't like is I definitely have to be commissioner, and I know the guys would like it if we like got serious about one. I would set it so I can observe the trades and accept the trades because I'm not letting them trade for half a fucking team. Like Adam's like, this season has proved anyone can be moved. Okay, Justin Herbert's not being moved. It's like,
yes.
Stop. Joe Burrow's not being moved. Justin Fields not being moved.
Yeah, he's being.
It's like he sees Russell Wilson get traded, and now he thinks he can trade for everyone. I'm like, and it's like, I just don't like that.
No,
I don't like it. It just makes it like so unrealistic, or maybe like a voting system. I don't know.
I'm glad you're okay, Commander.
Where the frig am I supposed to go and talk to this dude?
But I thought it was fun because it got us engaged together as a group, and like I would be on there, and then like the other cool thing was like Ethan, yo, you want to watch my game? Yeah. Throw it up there, and I'd watch him play, and like he's like strategizing and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool, And then it's like, hey, you want to watch my game or whatever?
Good timing,
and like,
Commander. I was just about to bring us into the city.
And it wasn't. And then was the other thing. It wasn't like, oh, they're gonna get strategy on me. It was like, hey, like, yeah, like Chad. You could see Chad is just so raw at the game. But see, Chad takes that approach where it's like, it was like, who do you have? He had like the Texans or someone, or the Chiefs, or no.
Oh, he had the Bills. Ethan had the Chiefs.
Ethan had the Chiefs. Yep. So the problem was again the rawness of the game, and they kind of like try to play the game as
flagship,
up tempo, like throwing the ball all the time. I'm like, nah, man, you gotta treat it like it's actually real football. Like, you gotta establish the run and
Look at that monster. Its main gun can rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
There was just
Things on our side then.
Yeah.
Citadel
But
control.
like I did, I kept things underneath. But it was how I used to play Madden way back in the days. Like I would just play some, because we always had a good defense. I was just playing a heavy, kind of
Roger,
like holding
Alliance
defense,
Tower.
and then just kind of running football.
Normandy, this is Alliance Tower.
That's how
Please
it
proceed to Dock 420.
And that's so I ended up being forced into running the football. But I'm telling you, I was getting like 130 yards a game, and really just like on 20 touchdowns. He would just break out for a rush or two, and I was losing games. I was winning and losing games, but it kept me in games. But like, I kind of understood, like, but like and I was trying to minimize the interceptions because I knew
outrage.
If I tried to like
would step in
really
if the
throw the
Geth
football,
attacked a
like I was going to
Turian
make a
colony.
mistake and throw picks, which I was
The
doing,
Turians
which I
don't
was
found
trying to
colonies
avoid.
on the borders of the
But
Terminus
in
system.
no way, shape, or form did I.
Humanity
Once
was
Chad
well aware
and,
of the
and like
risks
Ethan
going
started
into
playing,
Traverse.
I was like,
What about Saren?
I'm not going to
You can't
be
just
leading
ignore a
the
rogue
league.
spectre.
Yeah.
I demand
This one's a lot. This one's way better.
Council ambassador.
Way better. I threw a lot less picks in this one. I had one game where I played really bad, and I threw 5 of them. You'll still have that like shit where like the dude will glitch through a dude's body and there's no pass interference, but I was playing Axis football all morning, dude. I got a gnarly one going on there. Your dude's the quarterback for the Minnesota Pride.
I assume they're
No,
accurate.
what I didn't
They
like
are.
about the game is like,
Sounds like you
when
convinced
you
the
run
council
those
to
like
give us an audience.
those post routes
They were
with like
not
a tight
happy
end or
about
something
it.
like that,
Saren's
or
their
even a
top
wide
agent.
receiver.
They don't like him.
There's really no
Accused
way
of treason.
a linebacker
Saren's a threat to
from
every
like
human colony
middle
out there.
to the
If
other
they don't
side,
stop
you
him,
know, to
I
the
will.
other hash mark.
Settle down, Commander. You've
You know, when
already
I'm
done more
tossing
than
it
enough to
over,
jeopardize your
blanket
candidacy
them,
for
go up and
respect.
get there,
The
or
mission
go over there
on
and
Eden
knock it
Prime
away.
Well,
was a chance to
there's
prove
no
you
what's
could
cool
get the
about
job
this
done.
one is
Instead,
you go into
Nihilus ended up
practice,
dead and the beacon
you
was
could
destroyed.
use
That's
the
Saren's
there's all
fault,
new
not
passing
his.
tools in it.
Then we better hope
Yeah.
the CSEC
And
investigation
I don't get
turns up
picked off
evidence
like
to
that as
support our
often
accusations.
or at all in
Otherwise, the
games
council
because
might
I
use
just
this as
I
an
throw
excuse
bullet
to keep
passes and I
you
hold
out of
L1
spectators.
and I throw them high and dudes
Come
can't
with
get
me,
to them.
Captain. I
It's
want to go
fucking
over a few
hilarious.
things before the
But
hearing.
The whole new
But-
passing mechanic, it's got that
You and the
thing
others
from
can meet us at the Citadel Tower.
remember
Top
when
level.
Madden was
I'll
wicked
make
good
sure
and you
you're
could use the
clearance
right
to get
stick to aim all over
Yeah.
the field, that like cone? They brought
Yeah.
that back and I've been using that and I pass a lot better with that. I just went into the practice and just ran the same pass plays over and over again and was just like fiddling with it.
I can't tell the
I've
age
tried
of the
to
animals.
even get a controller that's set up like an Xbox, it just doesn't work.
All these new PlayStation controllers are similar.
So the thing is like you just have to, like, whatever system you're rolling it with, you just got to figure it out from there.
Yeah.
and like just go with that. But again, it didn't change me running the football or even passing or looking at it like Madden. It's just I would get kind of confused up with the buttons because X.
Sorry to interrupt. Go about your business.
X and triangle are different on the PlayStation, so, or no,
Please greeting.
X and square is what messes you up because it's like X and A,
Ambassador Kalen.
And it makes it it's like set up different.
Is there something
so it's
I can do for you this
I'm like,
day?
all right, I'm trying to go to X.
Why do you
and
explain
I
what you're
press
about to
really
say?
the square button.
Our people communicate
and
less
the
through
square
words
button
and more through sentence-like movements.
is where X is on PlayStation or on the
discovered our
Xbox.
vocal
So it's
expression
like, I would
was
just
not
throw
enough
these.
to convey the feelings of our conversations
Sometimes
to other
it'd be good,
species.
and then half the time
Why do
it
you
was
bother,
okay.
Kalen?
These
These Earth Clan don't
like,
really
looking
care
at one side of
about
the
our
field and the
ways.
ball's going to the other side. I'm like, what's
Remorseful
going on?
response, Din. You don't truly believe that, and if you do,
But I thought it was fun because I thought it was fun because those guys would play their games. And
Yeah.
I think in the end that, like, whether you're winning or losing, like, because I didn't mind losing. The fact was is like we're out here playing our games, you know? And it wasn't like you had to run. Well, once remember how we had to get Adam
Tell me
and
about the
Keegan
history
and
and
them out of
origins of
there,
the
and then all of a sudden it started to run pretty
just
good.
beginning to explore
Yeah.
council space. when
And
we
like the
started
one we
first
just
made
did,
contact with
we
us.
played all the way to up to like week 9,
We discovered
and then
the relay closest
I'm
to our
like it just
system,
stalled. And
and
I'm telling
from there
Adam
the
like, yo,
Citadel.
and he got busy. I'm like, yo, you gotta like.
Within
I
one
won't
lifetime,
forget.
we
That's why I
established
need
a
to run it.
regular
I won't
route
forget.
to the
I was coming
Citadel,
home on lunch. I was
and
dedicated. I was playing my
became
games
one of the
every
more
lunch.
active species
Get my
living
game
on
out of the
this
way
great
and readying up.
station.
It got serious, but then it got out of hand
What do
because
you
the
do here?
fearless leader.
Modestly,
Well,
I work to bring the problems
there's
and
already a
requests
problem when
to
the
the
rules
L-Corps
change.
groups to the
Oh, there's
attention
that
of the
too, yeah.
council.
When you roll it out
They
and it's
only
like, oh
give us
no,
these
you could do
positions
this
to
now,
keep
and
us
then you
quiet.
can
The
transfer it
council
over to the
doesn't
next
care
seat. I'm
about
like,
us.
it's all
Chastising
fucked up.
rebuke.
Goodbye.
Your tone is inappropriate, Dan. This
You can't-
human
you
is
can't
not
do
to
that. You have to
blame for your
establish the rules and then
malcontent
move
or your
forward with it.
misconceived suspicions.
Because the problem is that they end up
Goodbye,
doing that,
Ambassador.
and then
Sincere farewell.
you're not allowing a fair playing field. Because what if someone else wanted to make some trades or do something? Again, you jumped in front of them so you can get who you wanted, and then now all of a sudden, now it's like now they're on scramble
Also,
mode, and it's like bullshit.
At the end of the day, we have to come. If we all play, we have to come to a way to make it so dudes aren't trading for guys that would never be traded. And like, I know, I get it. Like down the road, dudes get traded. Trades happen. But like all of a sudden, Adam's got like he uses the Texans. They have all this draft capital. He's got Evan Neal. He's got elite wide receivers. He's got Justin Fields, who would never get traded. All these other players. It's like it's just not fun to me. I like to actually like have some realism to the game. Like there's no skill involved with like building a team up, like drafting players, improving players, free agency. It's like
I think what you should do, and again, it
Good
doesn't
day,
fall on the
human
commissioner that's
ambassadors. Up
running
the
that
stairs,
league.
first
What
room
I
on the
would do is I would say, listen,
You know who I am?
let's make
Yes,
this
I
realistic.
received reports
You
on
could
all
trade for
newly arrived
people,
dignitaries
use
and
draft
notable
capital,
I should be going now.
Have a pleasant
but
day.
it's got to be approved by not only like who's the commissioner,
All of us.
but it's got to be approved by all of us. It can't be okay. Justin Fields is like that's not realistic. We can't approve that. It's like listen, that's nice, but
and it's
go
like you
make
better be giving up a bunch of shit. Like that's the thing is he got the Texans and just traded all his draft capital away, and then he's like banging on me going, building a team through the draft and free agency is not how you do it on here. Like as if like I'm like as if I've never played before. I'm like just because I'm not willing to trade for players that would never play for that team doesn't mean I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And I was still winning football games. Like, Darren had the Eagles, and he barely beat me, and it was only because I couldn't move my offense. I picked him off like 6 times.
So, again, what I would do is like, but then also this is what I would do. You guys got to take bottom feeder teams.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And reasonable. It's got to be approved by most of the people in the league. But it's got to be reasonable trades. You can't have.
I didn't expect to see you here.
So
Did Ambassador
okay.
Udina send you?
Because obviously there's trades like for Deshaun Watson. But there has to
context.
Be where there has to be where the commissioner can void the trade. You know, it's like, nah, we can't do that.
Have we met before?
And with everyone else,
No,
is
but
like,
I know
nah,
you
we're,
well enough.
you know.
I'm Executor Palin, head of CSEC.
Let's
it's
make
my
this
job to
reasonable
know
or
when
whatever.
someone like you arrives on the Citadel. Was there something
Yeah,
you needed?
or what we could do, and it's something I've wanted to do, and Keegan and I and Matt talk about it all the time, is I follow a Reddit thread that's just thousands of people that are in full Madden leagues. Like, dudes that are trying to build teams, all 32 teams are users.
So that way
And
you can't. You
that
can't
way you,
poach
dude,
teams.
it's way more realistic. You can't poach
Yeah.
teams. You can't poach players. Every bit of business you're doing is with a real person. Every game's a user game. That's what I would love to do. If we can get everyone on the same page, join one. All I got to do is go on Reddit. Join someone's Discord, and they'll have a banner in the Discord, and they'll say what teams are available. And so we can find one and be like, is everyone okay with these teams or whatever? Jump in, take those teams, boom, we're playing.
Yeah.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander. Shepard.
You know what would be nice is if
Tell me about
you
CSEC.
could get
CSEC provides
Again,
necessary police and security
when it
services
was
throughout the Citadel.
when it was stabbed.
We're civilian government
So it
agents,
was Matt,
though many of our members have had
Ethan,
military training.
You,
Of
myself,
course, as the
Chad.
CSEC representative to
But
the
if we could get
Council, I
more
spend
people
most
like
of my
that,
time
that would
liaising
like not try to take advantage of every like.
I get the
like,
feeling you're not too
loophole in the
fond of
game
humans.
and trade.
No,
but it's like
just don't
let's say if you
trust
get
your
10, maybe 15
Not yet.
people like that you
You
know
humans
that are
are
friends
eager
and
to
that'll
take
play
all the
and
power
not
you
try
can
to
get.
like.
And you're being
Oh, I'm
given
gonna
a
stack
lot.
my team.
The
And it's
Council
like,
wants
no,
to
no,
make
no. We're
humanity
running
their
this
favorite
straight
pet.
up.
That's their
all right?
business.
So it's
Well,
like,
I don't have to like it.
and or listen, outside of injuries, you can go and try to go get you a player. But outside of
I'll
that,
be
the
going.
team that you got is who you're rolling with. And then, like I said, whatever trades or whatever, not only has to be approved by the commissioner, but by the rest of the players. And like, let's kind of just run this straight up. Now, let's say if it happened that everybody wants to go into the next year, then you can make it a little bit more loose about, okay, you know, there's free agency there, because obviously players are going to let players go based on salary cap, based on, you know, maybe they do want to get someone else. Again, then if we could become more looser in the next season when you're doing trades and all that other stuff. But the idea to go win and then like right from the jump, man, when they were saying, oh yeah, you could do this and trade, I was like, nah, it's fucked up. Nah, it's not. Like, people are going to become disinterested because it's like, oh, okay, you're creating the rules to stack your own team. It's not to help us. And then all of a sudden, like, his team goes from like a 65, 64 grade all the way up to like an 80 grade or something. Like, it's like, nah, that's not how it works. And to me, that just don't seem that fun.
Yeah. The only problem is, I don't know who's got what. And like, I love Chad and Ethan, but dude, it won't be that fun for them because they'll be so bad. But
to me, I thought that they were having fun, and the fact is them navigating the game because they were just like, okay, I threw 6 picks, and I'm like,
Commander.
Or wait, Chad threw like 7 or 8 or something like that
Relax,
in the game,
Private. This isn't
which I
an
was like, that holds like the
Right,
all-time
sorry.
record. It
What
could
can
have
I
been
do
up
for
to
you,
9
Commander?
or something. I don't
What
know.
can you
something
tell me about
crazy.
the Asari consort?
But I thought us engaging in it, and it wasn't like we were down on him. It was just like, hey, he's just trying to work the game out. I was like, hey. But the thing was,
I never did.
That
I couldn't afford
all Madden
it costs half a year's credits just to go in and talk to her.
If you don't know the game, you're already.
Can you at least tell me where I can find her?
Sure. She's across the bridge.
I guess it's like, how fast would you sink
Have
at
fun.
that point?
Try not to get into too much trouble.
I will. Have fun, that is.
I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna go.
But I wish, I wish 2K would come up with.
They are
All-Star team.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about something else. 2K's coming out with their own NFL game. They haven't made one since 2K5, and that game was fucking awesome. And then the college football game's coming out. The college football game's what I want to play, dude. We should get guys together and play that. Because, yeah, there's like a transfer portal in college, but we should all play fucking college football because it's all about fucking recruiting and building your guys up. That'd be fucking fun. Fucking use a fucking bad team. Like the fucking Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, dude, over the top.